Here we have a round object. If we look straight down at it, it is a circle. However, setting it on a table, step back, rarely will we see round objects, cylindrical objects, as actual circles. What we will see is an ellipse. Alright, so the same idea applies to your paper that you're drawing on. If you're working at a table, your point of view is very low compared to the table. You're not going to be seeing round objects on your paper as truly round. In fact, you will compensate for that elliptical shape that's happening. So if we try to draw a circle, we're going to compensate by making that circle taller. Does that look like a circle? Not yet. Does that look round? Oh, it's so hard to tell. It's that angle, right? So let's add a little bit more. Is that correct? Is that third line out? Make it look more round a little bit. Let's keep going. Let's actually add some to the bottom because it still doesn't quite look like a circle. Maybe that's a circle. Again, we're at a very low angle. We're working on a table and we're compensating for that angle, trying to draw something round. All right, so I'm not positive. I wouldn't be convinced that this is totally circular yet, but that's the thing. So the only time this is going to look correct is if we draw, or if we view it on the table at the same angle. When we view, hang this on the wall like a work of art, right? Look at how tall that circle is. It's not a circle at all. Understand that if you're working on a table or any kind of a flat surface, your brain's going to try to compensate for your view. So if you can work vertically or close to vertically, at least perpendicular to your view, you'll be doing a lot better. Alright, so you finished up your work. I'm just going to use this odd little piece I have here as an example. And it's time to photograph. So you want something that's really going to show off your work. So let's look at a couple of things not to do. Don't photograph your work from a low angle like this. That's not going to show much. It's going to be really hard to assess. And I definitely can't tell if you're getting your shapes right. Careful about casting weird shadows on your work. That again makes it very difficult. Do try to get a straight on shot. Fill up your image on your the screen on your camera so you know you're getting as much as possible. If the lines along any edge are like severely angled like this, tilt your camera until those angles start to become more of a 90 degree. That's not too bad. You could take a shot right there. Painter's tape. If you don't get painter's tape, get something similar. If you have tape that is too strong and it's tearing your paper, run it across your jeans each time before you stick it onto your paper. Alright, here we go. The paper is taped down. Now it's going to stay still while you're drawing. Of course, I don't recommend sweaty, oil-covered hands to be rubbed all over your paper. When you're drawing, whatever it is you've just drawn, and you need to do some corrections, and you go to erase something, all those eraser shavings are kind of problematic. There are dust brushes that you can buy. They're a specialty item. Or, again, on the list, an alternative some of you may already have is just a blush brush. Anything soft that will get those eraser shavings off of your paper without smudging your graphite.